هيتكلف المشروع هيتكلف تقريبا 360 مليار جنيه خلال سنتين. هيتعمل طبقا أقصى المعايير العلمية والتكنولوجية والفنية في كل شيء.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The 6th edition of EgyptCan Conference is held under the title of EgyptCan with Industry. The conference is taking place on March 28th and 29th under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. The event is organized by the Ministry of Immigration and Egyptian Expatriates Affairs in cooperation with the Ministries of Trade and Industry, Public Business Sector and Military Production, along with the Arab Organization of Industrialization and the General Authority for Investment. EgyptCan with Industry Conference is held in line with the state's vision and the importance attached by the political leadership to the industry file. It also comes in implementation of presidential directives to boost local industry and make use of the Egyptian expatriates' expertise in this field. 8 sessions will be held as part of the conference to discuss a group of industrial areas, including industrial investment, future of industry between Egypt and Africa, artificial intelligence, future industries, auto and environment-friendly industries, and medical industries, in addition to food industries. And on this topic, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Dr. Mohamed Attalla, Vice Chancellor at the City University of New York. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Happy to join you, Ms. Nadine.
Thank you, sir. Sir, how do you see the significance and the impact of the outcomes of EgyptCan editions in boosting the developmental process in Egypt?
Yeah, well, research and development always lead the industrial development of nations. And the EgyptCan editions in the past and this current edition also is bringing together researchers and experts from all over the world together with industry partners. And in my view, this will bring cutting-edge technologies to Egypt, and it will also give a very good boost to the development process. In fact, Egyptian experts abroad will work closely with their counterparts inside Egypt and will really speed up the development of different sectors. And many of the Egyptians, I should say that many of the Egyptians expats abroad love the opportunity to contribute to Egypt development plans. And Egypt can really provide an excellent platform to bring people together with government, with decision makers, with businesses, to really bring those ideas forward.
Right. Well, sir, to what extent would the artificial intelligence enhance the industry sector in Egypt, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. Artificial intelligence really is now the backbone of the development of all branches of industries. Machine learning, image recognition, all of those are subsets of artificial intelligence which help the development of robots, the development of automation, of the manufacturing process, and also the implementation of the process. And when I talk about manufacturing or the industry, I don't mean really only manufacturing or industry lines. It's all implementation, the construction industry, infrastructure development, even agriculture, and so on. Yes. All of that, the application in the medical fields, for example, in irrigation, that all could be supported by artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, the conference will tackle green industry in light of Egypt's preparations to host the UN COP27 Climate Change Conference 2022 that will be taking place in Egypt the coming November. How do you see the significance of COP27 and how do you assess the importance of this?
Well, really, this edition of EgyptCan with the focus on green industry would help to position Egypt in a strong place to assume leadership and from an environmental stewardship perspective as a host of the COP27. The global climate change is making professionals and scientists globally very concerned about issues such as governance, adaptation, mitigation, capacity building, sustainable development, renewable energy, education, recycling and wood diversion. So all of these aspects, Egypt will, through that conference, will formulate many of these topics to provide a strong platform for Egypt to host, plan, and contribute to the conference and assume this environmental stewardship globally.
Yes. Sir, how do you view the future of environment-friendly industries in different fields?
Well, environmental-friendly industry now has, Ms. Nadine, has become very crucial to our economy and to the global economy. Fighting the impact of climate change is and should be one of the foundations for economic development and economic growth. We live here in New York. New York is one of the largest cities worldwide, and pollution and energy consumption is one of the biggest issues. And universities play an active role as an economic engine and providing some kind of competition to, here in New York, for example, what's happening to build a worldwide climate action center through an international competition, and our university was successful in this, and I had the honor of being part of that team.
Yes.
So doing the same in Egypt is really great, and enhancing the capability of renewable energy has become also very important, as I said, in the construction industry, in infrastructure developing energy efficient equipment, energy storing, watching and shaping our peak demands is very important, and looking for hydrogen, for example, as an alternate source of energy, geothermal energy foundations, and so on.
Yes. Sir, what are the most important challenges facing the industrial field in Egypt, and how can we overcome those challenges?
That's another good question. Training, I would say, training is one of the biggest challenges, and developing and building a stream of trained workers and trained professionals. And what I mean by training here, training in all types of training, is starting with the soft skills training. Soft skills, I mean training in leadership, development, management skills, conflict resolution, team building, and motivation of team members. This is one side of training. But also the training on the highly technological aspects. As we spoke earlier about artificial intelligence in your earlier question, automation of the process becomes very important, because all of that now becomes part of the new generations of industry. Encouraging local manufacturing is also a big challenge and a good opportunity for Egypt. I always like, rather than say a challenge, I say an opportunity, because every challenge could be really converted into an opportunity to leverage the opportunity. So encouraging local technologies, reduce the dependence on the imported products, and focus on local industry. Provide local industries with incentives and support to improve their products. Also bringing industry parks closer to incubators and research parks would be a very good opportunity to ensure a steady stream and a flow of highly trained professionals to the industry sector and be very close to it.
Yes. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Mohamed Attalla, Vice Chancellor at the City University of New York, joining us from the United States. Many thanks for joining us, sir. And dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of Cairo Local Time. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the top stories that will be coming up in a moment.